don't even know how I'm gonna do this. I just know that I have to do it. I just know that I have to do it. So this is what it is. I'm going through something. To me, it's obvious. I'm going through something. I'm stressed out. I even believe it's depression. It's something. But instead of going into the details and all of that shit, instead of, trying to pinpoint to you all what it is, do it really matter? It don't matter. It's time to do something, right? It's time to do something. I don't like the state of things. The craziest thing is the fact that this is all the result of choice. It really don't matter, except for extreme circumstances. It's a matter of choice. So I got every issue a person can have right now. Health issues, financial issues, emotional issues. I mean, it's really time for me to do something. So knowing that it's just a matter of choice, y'all gotta excuse me, we got some work going on outside. Knowing that it's just a matter of choice, I feel like I'm just, I don't know if this is making sense to anybody, but I have to do something. It's serious. The direction I'm going in is not going to lead me anywhere good. I gotta make a choice. I'm one of those people that know that there's no excuses, and I know that there's a solution. There's always a way. And to not apply it, to see a way out and not apply it, it's like living in your own little personal prison. For me, it's crazy. So I ain't gonna make this too long. It's time, right? It's time. It's time for change. So this is me and my chaos. This is me and my state. Well, like I say, to me, I'm going through something. I feel like a depression. But and today is my birthday. Go through a lot of emotions. It's my new year. So let's make it new. Let's not worry about the how, what happened. You see what it is. Disability, wheelchair, all of that. Blah, blah, blah. Let's make change. So I'm going to try something. I always wanted to do this. A little TV magic if I can. I'm testing my editing skills. So let's start now. Pew, 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 pew. Man. So like we said, we talking about just doing things, right? Do it, just do it. I guess I should start. I haven't even told y'all my name. My name is Sean, Kashante. That's my, what they call my government. On the mic, I'm known as Insight. To the homies, I'm just Big Ku. And I want to welcome you all to my apotheosis. You heard me right. The making of a god. It's on. So again, what I feel like I basically did, and what I'm doing is I'm making a choice. Now, I know life ain't that simple. I know, everything in existence comes into existence via a process. I understand that. It just feels good to finally take a step. I heard Will Smith talk about that one time. The power of making a choice. Like I said before, I'll go into it again. Not only do I agree with a brother, but I'm convinced that we make choices every day, every second. The truth is, those choices just don't benefit us too well most of the time. And of course, this ain't for everybody. This is for those who it applies to. We make choices every day, whether we choose to do something or choose not to do it. It's bugged out how, like, let's say me, I want to be an entrepreneur. I guess I'll say I want to be rich now because I know why. I know what I want to do with money, which is, I got a personal thing I got to prove, which is that I want autonomy. I want autonomy. I want to know that I can hold my own, stand on my own too, wheelchair or not. This whole disabled thing, I just don't know what to think of it anymore except that it happens. It's a cold game, but I would imagine that people have been born with defects or been getting hurt since man been around. Which really makes it not abnormal, but kind of normal. Like, excuse my language, shit happens. I could choose to let this lead me down the path of depression and anxiety and all the stuff that I'm going through, or I could choose to push through it. I could choose to use it to my benefit. I could choose to monetize it. I could choose to do pretty much anything I want. Most of us just don't make the choice, right? I know I haven't been. Saying I want to be rich, saying I want to have this, I want to be I want to be autonomous, I want to govern myself, I want to own land, I want to do this. And when I look at my actions every day, it just don't add up. It just don't add up, I don't see how we just refuse to do, speaking to me and those who need to hear this, why we just refuse to do what works. Why we just refuse to do what we know we need to do. Why don't we? Sitting up smoking weed all day don't work. Watching TV all day don't work. It's not conducive to success when we talk about success. I'm talking about entrepreneurship. I'm talking about lifting myself up out of poverty. I'm talking about healing my mind. I'm talking about healing my body. Because though it wasn't my fault, it is my responsibility. And that's just what it is. It's my responsibility. Don't nobody give a shit. They give a shit, but don't nobody give a shit. And why should they? I'm going to be on my deathbed. When I read that, when I saw that they interviewed like hundreds or thousands of people who were on their deathbed and they wanted to know like what was their biggest regret. And it wasn't that they wasn't rich. It wasn't that they didn't have this love or, look this way or travel the world or all this, just mundane shit. Their biggest regret was that they didn't live their life the way they wanted to. I can't imagine that got to be a cold feeling. That got to be a cold feeling, Because I know for me, as long as I can remember, I don't know. I just knew I could do things. I just knew I was going to do things. People would say, well, it's your purpose. It's your calling. And I don't even know if I would call it that. It's just an innate feeling in me that I've always felt high potential. I've always felt it, to the point of losing sleep. And, I'm just, my brain never stops. I create. So you can see how if you get thrown off your square, if you're what I was, which is a highly independent, highly driven, self-motivated person, you do that 180 flip and it all becomes the opposite, highly dependent. Now, other people's opinion matter and all type of craziness, but I'm just ready to do what I need to do, I guess a little bit of the origin story. 17 years old, coming from a party with a friend. We threw a party. We being nice. We taking people home afterwards. Just late. We tired. He's driving. I'm in the front seat. I fall asleep in the car. I doze off. Something tells me wake up. Like literally, I remember this no matter how long ago this was. It was 1992. Something just told me wake up. I wake up, grab dashboard. We jump in the curb. We hit a telephone pole. Luckily, I had my seatbelt on. Everyone walks off the car but me. What winds up happening is I fracture my spine. The seatbelt and the inertia, though the seatbelt saved me from going through the windshield, the inertia, that jerk caused my disc to like pull, and then when they came back down, it crushed the L1. And if you know anything about that, 9 times out of 10, from the lower body down with that L1, it's a wrap. But I'm thankful because I can do things that a lot of people with my condition can't do. You know, I'm thankful. You know, I am thankful for that. And I guess that's why I'm so pissed off, because I know that I can move even further. Look, if you got a disability, your brother know life is hard. Life is hard. Like, how do you even go into detail? Your whole perspective of reality is different. And I don't know how to speak to that except to say, and it's gonna sound cold as shit, so what? So what? We got a choice. Now, of course, there are extreme circumstances. There are people who are in extreme circumstances and they do need, you know, help, or they can't do what most of the world do. You know, it could be a physical, a mental disability or something like that, or just other extreme circumstances, you know. But for the most part, where we at is a result of choice. It's a result of choice. So, this is my start. Like I say, I mean that. This is my apotheosis, and I plan on putting up more content. It's my birthday. And this is what I want to do. This is what I like to do. I like to create. I like to inspire. I like to chase that that sensation in my solar plexus, that fire, you know, because I felt it going out, man. I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm not going to choose that. So, again, I'm going to start putting up content. It's going to get better. And check me out. And for those who watching, I'm just babbling. Maybe I've said something that will help somebody or get somebody to start where I'm starting. Just to start on the daily regimen to complete healing. Mentally, physically, spiritually, economically. All of that. You know, we have families and things like that. And it's just time. So, rock with me and call me on it. If I go too long without putting up content, call me on it. Call me on it. You said you were, you know, that this was the start of the journey. You said that this was it. Tell me, you punked out. Just say it. You punked out. Sometimes we need to hear it. But anyway, again, this is your boy Insight, and I know this is all over the place, but again, I knew I had to start. I had to start somewhere. I was watching Gary Vee on The Breakfast Club, and like I say, I woke up, you know, just in one of those funks, man, just feeling down. It's been going on with me for years now. I just been feeling down, just like I can't get out of my own way. That's what it feels like. So it's time to get out of my own way. For anybody out there, I don't know what to tell you to do except to do what it is. I know that you already know what to do because I know. So let's just do it. Let's just do it together. Whoever is listening, let's just do it. Start with something simple. I don't care. Like I'm gonna do is drinking more water. Day by day, step by step. Let's just do. Let's just do. Keep up with me, Tilted Brim Records. Check out my website, tiltedbrim.life. Check out my other website, blackpower247.com. Here we go, y'all. The journey starts. As I say, I could make my living or I could live my making. I could dream of living or I could live my dream. So here we go. Happy birthday to Gary Vee. We got the same birthday. And that was hella inspirational. That was the inspiration for doing this video. So happy birthday to Gary Vee. On your ass, man. Peace to the family. Nothing but love to everybody. If you watch, thanks for watching. Peace.